Hi, everybody. Like always, let me know if you can hear me. Hoping the settings are still working. Hi, everybody. Ooh, ew, my voice is. Can hear myself. Whoops. Anyone here? I know it's early. I'm sorry. I just know I have, the MacGyver fandom. A lot of you guys are over, international, so I want to try to find a neutral time on a weekend. Can you guys hear me? Hmm. Oh no. I don't know what's going on. Oh no. Alright, let's see if that works. Oh, hi. Okay, you can't hear me. Okay. I think people are just slowly to get on. I just reposted to my Twitter just in case I missed it. But hi, glad you're here. We have a lot to talk about today. So whether you're here for MacGyver, Macriley, I did talk about it quite a bit last night, so that one I'm not going to talk too much. But we still have some things to talk about. Also want to talk about some Brettsey stuff because finally things are happening there, and also I recently rewatched Sweet Magnolias. So if we have any fans of that show here, I hope. I would really like to theorize and speculate because now that the show is starting to film, I have to do that. It's just part of how I watch shows. So let me just share this in a couple groups. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I'm just so tired. The weeks are so tough. Like I love my job. It's literally my dream job, but it's exhausting. I'm so tired. We're putting in that group as well. Okay, let's see if we can have some more friends join us. But yeah. Does anyone have anything they want to talk about? Should we start with Macriley and the MacGyver stuff? If anyone wants to talk about that. Like I talked about last night, I'm still so amazed and so proud of the MacGyver fandom for like not backing down and just accepting that the show was canceled because like we know because we know, it's not because it was unsuccessful. It's not because it was its time. There's clearly more stories that needed to be told. The viewership was great for that night. It was winning its time slot. So it really has to be, in my opinion, it's got to be related to the lawsuit, which feels like a phony. It's just a weird lawsuit. Like I don't understand, but I'm really really proud of this fandom for not giving down or giving up and not backing down. And the billboards are so cool. The fact that we're already close to 25,000, I think we'll hit 25,000 in the next few days. And the petition to save MacGyver, money's been raised for cancer research, which is so amazing. And I don't even know what the number is now. But I think it's like over 350,000 paper clips have been sent to the CBS office in protest, which is like amazing. It's so cool to be part of this. And I know sometimes it can feel like you're discouraged. So don't worry. Like, we're just getting started. Like, things are just, like, you think about it, it's been less than a month, I think, since the news broke that it was canceled. So don't lose hope, don't lose steam. But yeah. What else? Does anyone have anything else they want to talk about? Usually the chat has some things and I'm like, I don't know what to say on my own. I'm not very good at live stream by myself. It's like, oh no. And then, that episode last night was I think it was a great episode, just felt unfinished. And, there's some things I would change, but I mean, overall, Monica's episodes have been so amazing. So that's why I'm going to fight hard for her too, because I want to see more of her vision on the show. It was a nice, feel refreshing, and to see how the show ended, this season, because I refuse to call it a series finale. It's not. But seeing how this season ended, it opened the door for so many new possibilities. So it's just, I think we've got a lot more to do, like more stories to explore and everything. What do you guys want to talk about? Anyone there? Leave it up to you guys. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start, MacGyver, Bretzy? What do you want to talk about? It's all up to you. Well, while I wait, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I know it just started. I'm excited. I'm actually in the process of packing up my entire life, and I'm moving to Colorado, actually, which I'm really excited. It's a little scary because I'm going on my own, but I've lived on, in other, like I lived in Florida for almost 2 years by myself, so I'm not used to, moving from home, but, I'm excited. It's a new change of pace, and this new job I have had a really nice promotion, so I have the ability to upscale in my apartments, because currently I live, downtown in a major city, and I pay a ridiculous amount of money for a studio, and so always, always being in one room is it's just tough sometimes. And so this new place, it's so nice. Like, it's not a huge apartment, but it's updated. I have a working fireplace. It's updated, in-unit washer dryer, a bedroom. You guys, you have no idea, because I currently work, sleep, and live all in one room. So I don't want to sound ungrateful either, because this place did serve me well. It was great for the time that I had it, and now I've outgrown it. But this new place even has a place for my office, so I can keep my work life in that room, because that's the hard thing, is it's really hard to separate my work-life balance in a one bedroom unit, basically, or one room unit. But I love the location of where I am, but I'm excited for something new. Oh, hi. Anything positive? Yeah. I know I went through like an emotional roller coaster last night, like right when the MacGyver episode ended. I was almost like angry, not like super angry, just kind of being like, that's it, like, because it felt like there should have been something more. And then, but then after that TV Line article came out, that fired me up, knowing that we were right. Macriley is like confirmed canon, like confirmed to be Endgame. And then finding out we would have only had to wait like 2 episodes to have any development next season, and the fact that we would have had more Desi story without Mac, like meeting Evan, and there's just so many good things that would have came out of next season. So that's why I'm more motivated than ever to fight for this show, because I want to see it. I'm always down for some Brettsey talk. Yeah. If I'm gonna be fully transparent. I stopped watching Chicago Fire for a while. I think I just got burnt out. it's still it's one of my favorite shows still, you know, and I'm trying to go back and rewatch at least from, you know, season 7 or something, but I just felt like I get it, you know, Derek Haas, you like to tease your fans, but man, 2 years of a build up. I mean, I shouldn't complain because Macriley had what 5 years and then nothing paid off, but like to have 2 years of a build up and then right when we think they're actually going to get together, like what was it, I forget, the second episode of this season where, you know, Brett had the accident, like, and they kiss and stuff, and then they bring the Gabby thing up, which thing is like, I know they should, but then it's dragged on this long. And then I think the part that really turned me off was bringing Granger. It's not the fact that like he's a great guy and I want Brett to be happy, but it's just like adding another obstacle in between them, and I'm just like, you're losing your, I think, and I can't be the only one who feels this way, but it's like I'm losing interest. But seeing, you know, finally having them break up, and I think it was actually a genius way to do it now in hindsight, with Granger basically saying, like, what did he say? I have to go back and rewatch the episode, but basically he was like, how did he say it? It was, you know, you there's some stuff you need to figure out in your life or something. And I think Brett was kind of like, what? Because I think deep down in her mind, she made up in her mind, she's like, well, he doesn't love me like that. He loves Gabby, so I might as well move on. I don't think she ever thought of it. And so, yeah, I, I, so I think it's like I hate it because I really liked Granger as a person, so it sucks that he was used as like this middleman to kind of bring them together. I would have loved him on just as in general, didn't have to be dating Brett, or, you know, that's not, I just think I just have like PTSD with Desi. Like, I don't want Granger to just be for Brett, you know? So that kind of sucks. But I think it's like that kind of opened Brett's mind. And then the fact that this girl was dumped and then not even an hour later, she's like, you know, finds out the good news about Casey and his head trauma. And they're like one of the best Brettsey scenes ever, you know, them hugging and stuff. I'm like, girl, you were just dumped like an hour ago and you would never know it. So I just think it's clear that they're both in love with each other. They're both just stubborn people, but for a good reason, because, you know, I think those conversations they need to have. And I think, spoilers ahead. If you don't want to hear this, I'll make it quick. But, you know, those pictures that came out with, you know, Casey and Brett talking outside of Molly's, it's going down, guys. 'Cause I think that was on 9/15, and I think there's 16 episodes in this season. So my guess is Casey's gonna drop a bomb, basically like, Brett, like, no, I am in love with you. There's nothing with Gabby. You know, I'm not great with expressing my feelings and blah blah blah. And I think then, you know, they're both gonna go off on their own. And then I think in the finale there's gonna be like a big scene and they finally get together. Because let's be real, yeah, I see Derek is evil. He is. And that's why I think is like, if he still does not get them together by this season, that's 3 seasons of basically developing them. And if they're not together, they're gonna piss some people off. And you can, you know, those Dossies, you know, I don't want to say all Dossies because they're not all are like this, but the crazy Dossies will always say the majority doesn't want it, but every poll that's out there is very pro Brettsey. The views on the Brettsey stuff are always so much higher than anything else. So it's like, in the end, yeah, people want it. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to go back and rewatch it. I just think I got turned off a little bit when the whole Granger thing. I was like, or I even forget her name, the one that Casey was with. I think I get why they did it, because it was kind of wake up call for both of them to realize that they don't want just another thing. And, you know, the bond between Casey and Brett was so strong. Oop, sorry. And, you know, they both want more, but it's just, they both feel like, oh, well, Casey, you know, being the dude he is, he's probably like, well, I guess Brett doesn't want me like that. Like, I bet you he still does not understand the whole Gabby thing, because in his mind, he has not been thinking about Gabby at all. And then Brett that's all she thinks about is, you know, he's still in love with her. I'm like, okay, I get it, because Brett was there and she witnessed their entire relationship pretty much. But at the same time, Gabby left, Gabby ended it. And Monica herself has said so many times, Casey can date whoever the hell he wants. So, oh, Sydney. Yeah. I think you're right, but I was like, see, I forgot. And that's how much I just kind of tuned out. It sucks because I was so excited after the second episode, cuz I thought, "Oh, wow, okay." Yeah, it felt like a sucker punch to the stomach when, they're making out and you finally think, "Oh my god, they're getting together." And then the Gabby thing happens, and it sucked at first, but I was like, no, actually, this is a good thing. Like, maybe they'll, in the next couple episodes, they'll talk about it. They'll figure out that they want to be together and then move on. And then that didn't happen. And then here we are. So I think we just got to hold out. There's only a couple more episodes left of the season. I think we hopefully, knock on wood, I'm hoping I didn't, you know, just jinx it. But I'm hoping that this is the last break, so it's back on next Wednesday, and then we get the next couple episodes. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot, but it'll be fun. All right. Let me do something really fast. Sorry. Okay, so does anybody here for Sweet Magnolias? Please tell me you guys watch the show. I need someone to theorize a lot about. And if you haven't, I highly suggest. It's one of those shows like it's at first it's kind of slow, but it sucks you in. And you start to care about these characters, and then they leave. For some reason, this show decided to leave on a crazy cliffhanger that just. Oh, I hate when shows do that. Oh yeah, do you think we'll save the show? I think you're talking about MacGyver, right? Yeah, I think I can't predict the future, but my gut is telling me yeah. I just think back to Timeless, that show. I didn't watch it personally, but it's like I don't think the views were ever that great, but the fandom was so passionate that it brought it back for like I think it was like another season and maybe like a extra long finale or movie or whatever. And I think that's what we're asking for, right? Like we're not asking, like I'd love it to go on for seasons and seasons more, but I'm also not gonna, if it's ready to be done, it's ready to be done. But the thing is, it's very clear that MacGyver is not over, right? I think like the way they ended it was clearly not like Monica said, not a series finale. That was a season finale, opening it to amazing new things. And I think we deserve to have at least one more season. And I think I'm like that's the minimum I'm asking for. But the thing is, when you see the numbers of MacGyver, they're very, very strong. Like almost 5 million a week for a Friday night. That's incredible. So I think there's a lot there, and I can guarantee you the only reason they didn't get renewed, I mean, I'm 99% sure, is because of the lawsuit. So maybe, we have to, maybe it's a extra, year in between the next season. But, I wouldn't give up hope. I think we're just getting started. Emotions are fresh because right now, as of right now, it's the series finale, but we can't just sit down and take it. Like, we're just ramping up, especially after that TV Line article. I don't know about you, Marco, but I'm more passionate than ever. So I know it's deceiving sometimes, but don't lose hope. What is the show about? Yeah, Sweet Magnolias is about it's one of those shows that's like my guilty pleasure, right? I think I talked about this last night, but I love anything set in a different time period, or like, anything like how do I explain it? Like, it doesn't have to be medieval. Like anything set in a different time period or has like a mystical element. I also love shows that like Sweet Magnolias that are, the very cheesy shows, but like in the best way possible. And then I also love shows like MacGyver. Like those are the three that I really watch. So this show is about three friends that have their own families, but they're still best friends in a small town. So but it's like shockingly like there's more depth than you think it's going to be. And I think, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for the show, but the show is based off a book series, and there's a ton of books, so there's a lot of content to go through. And I know the show is super popular on Netflix, even that it had barely any promotion. So yeah, I would give it a try. Don't be discouraged. I think the first episode or two, it's a little slow. But once you get like halfway through, I'm telling you, you're gonna be hooked. And yeah. Oh, it was canceled with the cliffhanger. No, actually, the show's picked up. They're filming season 2 right now. But the season finale ended on a huge cliffhanger that no, I don't think any of us expected. And it's more, so that's why we're all theorizing about it. So, Marco, if you don't mind spoilers, we're probably going to talk about it if anybody else watches Sweet Magnolias. Um, Let me see. But yeah, it's really great. We won in views again last night. See, MacGyver cannot be stopped, guys. And think about it. Levi and who else? I think Ian too. I love them so much. They literally put, the series finale for now. Like, I just think we're just getting started. Like, think about everything that we've accomplished in such a short amount of time. All of the paper clips we've had, all of the billboards. We had a ton of media coverage right in the beginning. We just had to amp that up again. Raise money for cancer research. Who can say they've done that in to save their show? And this is only in the first couple weeks. We just have to be, oh, sorry, 1 second. We just have to be patient. So I know it's hard because, it's all over the internet last night that series finale, but like Levi and Ian said, for now. I thought it was too hallmarky, but I loved it. Yeah, I think the show tried to be, it didn't know what it was in the first season. Sorry, we're back to Sweet Magnolias. I think it was just trying to test out the waters, but I have faith that this new season will be a lot better. Because I think a lot of it, think about it, you're focusing so much on the first season of like introducing, like really going into depth about who these characters are. And so I think this next season is going to be so much more elevated just from, because now we're really focusing on the stories and the characters. So I'm excited. Let me see. But yeah. Oh yeah, looking at the viewership for MacGyver, 4.3 million, which seems low, but that's the prelim. Like, I'm sure that'll go up quite a bit. So that's super exciting that it was a win. Anybody else here watch Sweet Magnolias? I think I really want to theorize about it because I just rewatched it. And I have some questions and I want to get what you guys think about it. And if you haven't watched it, highly recommend. I would love to set up like another TV talk and just talk about Sweet Magnolias because it's the quintessential show of like one of my guilty pleasures, right? Like, I'm not afraid to tell people I watch it, but it's not something where I'm like really broadcasting it because it's like it's one of those feel good shows. Like, you can watch it with your family. But I feel like I really liked the friendship between the three women. I thought it was really great. I'm excited to see new. And also, obviously, Coach is hot. So if you're just looking for that too, he's very good looking. But it's a really good show. I really like it. My mom and I watched it together. Though we didn't live together, we would text after the episode. Yeah. I didn't have anyone to watch. Like, I think I saw the trailer or something because I'm subscribed to Netflix, like on YouTube, and I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, this looks really cute. And so I think it came out on a Friday, and that Saturday I just happened to be, free, and I was like, you know what, I'll just put this on while I'm like cleaning the house or whatever. And I was like, I found myself, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, where you're like, oh, I'm just going to put something on in the background, which never works because I do that. And then, I'm like, oh, what's happening? So then I'll sit down and then I'll blink and it's an hour later and I'm like into the second episode and then the third episode. So it's one where, yeah, if you've watched it, you might know, or if you're going to watch it, it might seem a little slow from like I'd say the first two episodes, but then after that it picks up really fast. So, It's a great show. But it go in with like, I wouldn't say low expectations, but don't go and be like, it's a 10 out of 10, amazing, because I think it has a lot of potential, but it's also the first season of a show, you know? So like, I would say the acting for some people is not the best, but like, I would say the writing, or at least the speeches, the monologues, things like that are really well done. And I think the way they open it for, other, um, like it's just, you can tell it's just building a foundation. Wait, let me correct myself. We destroyed the time slot. The blacklist is 1 million behind, and the others are about 2.3 million. Holy crap! So we are win. That's what I'm saying, guys. I think it'd be a different story about MacGyver if we were in a slot where it was like barely any views, and it just wasn't bringing in. It's bringing in the people, right? Like it's still super popular, and that's why I was saying last night. I think going to Netflix if we can would be a huge, or Paramount Plus would be huge, because think about it, how many international fans we have of the show. So those almost 4.5 or however many million viewers we have are strictly domestic, like United States. So imagine if we open that up to the international audience. I think those numbers would crush. It would crush. Because I think a majority of MacGyver fans are international fans, like at least the ones that are active online. So then you're thinking of the people that have Netflix that aren't active online. Like I just think it would be a win, right? So I just think that's why I just don't get discouraged. Keep talking about MacGyver. Like we've been trending. Think about that too. We've been trending the Save MacGyver hashtag since the news broke. Like I don't think it's ever not at least been over, you know, like 600 tweets an hour. It's never been lower, or like, 200 or whatever on a weekday. That's crazy that it's constantly being talked about. So I know it's tough, but just don't give up. Um, one sec. Anything else for those who have watched Sweet Magnolias? Let me go to my channel. Oh man. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reposting the link in case somebody else can join. Anybody else watch the show? Anyone else want? I just think I really want to theorize. I mean, I'm happy to set up another call too, or talk Brettsey, or whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm still a little like in a weird place about Macriley. I rewatched the episode this morning before the call, or before this, and it's like it was good. It's just, man, I just feel like we need more, especially after that TV Line interview. I'm like, my God, I'm gonna be relying on fanfic writers for quite a while to, help with that. But I don't know. Anybody else? It's just gonna be a quick one because I have to end. Right now it's about 10:30. I'm in Central Time, and I have to end around noon. I mean, because usually these talks go for like 2 hours because I'm chatty. But I have to end before noon because my apartment does this thing where they give you a 12-hour notice, and they're like, okay, between tomorrow the hours of 12 and 4, we're going to be showing your apartment, which it's so uncomfortable because it's quarantine still, or still COVID times. I am vaccinated, but still it's like, I don't go out unless I really need to yet. And it's like, I'm not going to go for 4 hours and, just sit and just wait for someone to possibly, because the last time they gave me a notice, no one even showed up. So the reason I'm bringing that up is like, I have to like make my bed because I rolled out of bed and started doing this. And I have to like kind of tidy my apartment as much as I can, even though there's boxes everywhere. And it's awkward because I just sit on my couch with my mask on and just wait for them to like go through my apartment. It's such a weird thing. And hey, I think it's just hot real estate because the prices for this unit are pretty low for, downtown. And So I get it, but it's awkward. It's a lot of people touring my unit all the time. Yeah, I'm from Australia and would love it to be on Netflix. I've always wanted to watch it and it's been on my list, but after finding it got canceled, I was so bummed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like I think it's huge in a lot of other countries, and I think if it's added to Netflix, that's gonna, especially having like a 5 season, because I think people are like, oh, it's a decent amount of episodes to binge watch, but it's also not discouraging. Like, what if I went in to start Grey's Anatomy? What are they on, season 18 or something crazy like that now? Or that can be, kind of discouraging. So I think it's the perfect amount of seasons. It's got a mass appeal, so it can appeal to so many people. And I think, it's super popular internationally. So I just think, if CBS can sell the rights to the show, and I think if Netflix picks it up, it'd be a huge win. Or if they, can just put it to Paramount Plus, or honestly just renew it, or just renew it. I really do think, I know we keep going back to it, but I really think it's about the lawsuit, which is so stupid. Like it seems like such a dumb case. So we'll see. But yeah. Well, I hope you guys are gonna have a fun weekend. I'm literally spending today, I'm exhausted just from work, so I'm gonna spend today like tidying up and packing a little bit, and then just hanging out. And then tomorrow, this is gonna sound so hilarious, I'm actually celebrating my birthday, but my birthday was in January, so the COVID time. So I'm going with my family, or my mom's side of the family, just to have like lunch and stuff. So I'm doing that. I mean, immediate family. So it was like 4 or 5 of us. So I'm gonna have lunch. I have to donate a ton of the stuff I've from packing. I'm trying to just get rid of a bunch of stuff. So I just have to run a lot of errands tomorrow, and then keep packing. So Sunday's gonna be busy for me, but that's why today I'm just taking the time to myself. Surely it's possible Lucifer in Brooklyn Nine-Nine got saved. Yeah, it stinks because I think the audience for MacGyver is not, like, I think I was saying this last night, like 50-50. 50% of the audience is active on social media, and like that's us who are trying to save. I'd say 25% actually. Are trying to save the show and being active online, and being loud. But then the other half, it's like they're the older demographic. I just think of like my dad, right? And he's not going to be on social media doing this kind of thing. So it's tough. But like you think about Lucifer and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's a younger audience. So then they had a larger, what do you say, army to fight back. So I think that's why we just have to keep being persistent and just not stopping. That's why I just wish that the petition would just get more views, and that's why it's like reaching out, if you can, to any fandoms that you're a part of. Like someone mentioned the Taylor Swift fandom last night, and I was like, that's actually really a great idea if anyone has a lot of followers in that fandom, because of Lucas Till, like just passing the petition and having them share it, like, and just saying like, hey, here's all of our accomplishments, all of the paper clips that's been donated, the cancer research, here's the petition. We've been covered by Forbes and CNN and all of these articles for our stuff. We have billboards up. Just being super active and just finding creative ways to get our voices heard. It's like we might be small, but we're mighty. We just can't give up. If we get MacGyver back, I think I'm going to need 3 seasons. I would love it. I mean, I will, the minimum is like, I just want another season. That's the last, like, obviously I want more than that. I just want, closure. And that's not what we got last night. So happy belated birthday. Thank you. It's like super belated, but no, I mean, not to you. It's just like, I just laugh that, we're celebrating like in May. And I just realized I missed a great opportunity online to post the meme. I think everybody does. It's like the Justin Timberlake in sync, like it's going to be May thing. I always do it, and I didn't do it this year. Dang, missed it. But no, thank you very much. It's so funny that, the Rona times, and I haven't been able to celebrate my birthday since January. But I'm excited just to see my mom. I don't really get to see her a lot, so I'm excited. But yeah, anyone else that's joined that didn't speak up that's watched Sweet Magnolias? I think I might have to just do a separate stream for all of that. I really rewatched it and I just want to talk about it. Like, I just want to talk about it so bad. Oh, back to Sweet Magnolias. Great. Or Sweet Mags. That's cute. Love that. I'm going to start using that. Annie and Ty Endgame thoughts. Yeah. Have you watched or have you read the books at all? I'm just curious because okay. And anyone, that hasn't watched the show and you don't mind being spoiled, you're happy to keep listening. If not, you can definitely leave and come back because this will be posted on my channel and you can listen to the, Sweet Magnolias, elements. I just don't want to spoil anything if you don't want to be spoiled. So, have you read the books? Anyone in here read the books? So, oh, yeah. Basically, spoilers ahead for the show. Because I think if they're gonna, I would say, I haven't read all of them, but I've read the first, like, 5 or 6. I think 5, maybe 5 I've read. And I will say the show seems to have followed the books or take inspiration from the book. So I think it's like it did its own thing, but it's also like I think it just takes inspiration. The reason I'm saying that is like if they're taking inspiration, they're kind of directly following the books, then yes, I think they are endgame. Oh yeah, I may have read it really quick after I finished watching it. I did too. Like I read the first like couple really quickly because I was obsessed. But I mean, based on the books, I'm guessing yeah. That's why spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The cliffhanger for the show, I'm sure you guys know if you've watched it, was there was a car accident with Kyle, and then if we find out there's another passenger in the car, and I think this opens like an opportunity for multiple storylines because, if it's Ty, that makes sense because I could see an injury, keeping him from his baseball, and there's some like angst there, or I could see it being Annie. Because in the book she had an ED storyline, which I don't know if, based on what we've experienced, I don't know if they're ever going to explore that. But, her being in the hospital with that, and that's kind of what brought her and Ty together. So, but I think they wouldn't just do the ED, they just make her like injured, and so from the accident. But then I was talking to someone on Twitter and they said that, there's going to be a rift between Dana Sue and Maddie, Ty and Kyle's mom, and Dana Sue is Annie's mom, obviously. So I was like, ooh, I could see it either being like, what if, it's Annie in the car, which would make sense because Kyle was driving, injured, put Dana Sue's daughter in danger, or what if it's, it could be Annie and Ty, because it was never I don't think it was. I have to go back and rewatch it now. Now that I'm talking about it, I don't think it was ever disclosed how many passengers besides Kyle were in the car, right? Because you can't see it. You couldn't see anything. So there's so many possibilities, but I think from like a story perspective, Annie makes more sense if we're kind of following the book without doing the ED storyline. Because I was like, man, if they put Ty in there and they're both of Maddie's kids are injured, I'm like, that's a lot on that one side. And I don't know how that would create a rift between Dana Sue, or maybe the Dana Sue rift isn't even related to the accident. But I just think it's like, it makes the most sense, right? Are you going to make a Macriley video? Oh yeah, I will. Just so you guys know, it's just, I don't have time right now to edit. Technically I could have used the stream time to edit, but it's like, this is the only time I'm really going to be online for a while. And, sometimes, I'll check in here and there, but I'm honestly packing so much because I have to move out of this unit in 2 weeks. And then I'm at home without my computer for like a week and a half. And then I get to my new place and, you're moving in and stuff. So as soon as I'm settled in my new place, I will edit Macriley for sure. And then once I do, so I think a little over a month, I know it's a lot, but I'm sure we're going to be talking about Save MacGyver for a long time. And I will definitely, because I'm very fortunate, I have, I think, 6,000 subscribers now on YouTube, which is so crazy. And so I'll link the petitions at least, because like my Macriley videos, I don't know how, guys, I'm not an amazing editor or something like that, but those Macriley videos, I have a couple that have reached over 100,000. That, what? Like, that should also show how many, fans there are. So I'll definitely, do my share and create a video and link all of the stuff soon. But just right now in my life, it's so, this thing came at the worst possible time. I'm like in the middle of transitioning to a new apartment and new state and all that stuff. The writers definitely have the books in the back of their minds, I reckon. Oh yeah, and I know I forget her name. I'm so terrible. I'm such a fake fan. But the author of the book, she's heavily involved with the show. So I'm sure I'm sure they use it, like we talked about, like for reference and for inspiration, like you said. And yeah. I wouldn't be surprised that's a pretty good plot with the parents. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like maybe we're thinking about it the wrong way, because what did someone else say? There's another possibility, it could be Nellie, which would cause, a rift between Ty and Jackson. I'm like, but the payoff would not be as massive. Like that'd be kind of a letdown if it's Nellie, right? And then if it's Cece, no one will care. If it's Jackson, no one will care. Oh, and here's another spoiler too. Ty posted a photo of what, I'm blanking on her name. I'm a fake fan. What is Ty and Kyle's little sister's name? Because she posted a picture that she drew was her, Kyle, and Ty, and someone saw Kyle had a broken foot. It looked like in a cast, and Ty had a broken arm. So then that's getting people to think, oh, maybe Ty is, at least maybe Ty is in the car. So I think my gut is saying it's either going to be Ty and Annie, or Annie. I think those are the three possibilities. If it's Nellie, it doesn't make sense if it's Nellie. It really doesn't. But yeah. I love your Long Hope video of Brettsey. Thank you. I want to vid Brettsey too. I have a perfect song that I want to use for them. I'm waiting for that moment, because I want to do like a massive Brettsey video, like their whole story and everything. Because I was like, there's so many times, that's why with Macriley I got burnt out too. I was like, there's only so much videos you can make of the couple where it starts to feel the same. So I was like, I want to wait until they have that moment where they get together, because like I have the perfect song to mind. I'm so ready to do it, but I'm just waiting for that. And then don't you worry, I'll make a Brettsey video too. But yeah, so I think I want to know, because I feel like they made the accident was such a big deal, right? I mean, it was the whole cliffhanger. And so they've got to use it, like they have to use it as like a plot, something to forward a plot in the story. So I'd be shocked if it's Cece or Jackson or Nellie, because I feel like that just doesn't have the payoff, But I hate when I would make I make Ty and Annie videos, which that's so fun, but again, it's the same thing where I'm like, I can only make so many videos of the limited clips I have of them. But when I would make them, people would comment, like there like one or two people would say, you know what, I think it'd be really fun to see Annie with Jackson. And I'm like, no, please don't do the good girl tries to save the bully and then it makes Ty jealous. Like, don't get me wrong, I want a jealous Ty, I think, more than anybody, but I don't I don't know. God, anyway, it's just so frustrating. I wanted to ask you, can I use the song from my Macriley video you made a Brettsey video from? Trouble I'm In, I think it's called. Are you saying like if you want to use the song for, go for it, man, like you do you. Because the thing about it is, like with vidding, I think it's like, there's always going to be times where you have one couple and you have the same song across multiple editors, because if a song speaks to a couple or a show, do it. Like, don't think like, oh, it's already been done, right? But this is an even different thing too, because this is a different fandom. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I go to my favorite vidders sometimes when I don't have a song in mind, and I'll watch some of their videos and I'm like, oh, I really like that song and it could work. That's how I find music. So, oh my God, don't even need to ask. But yeah, it's a great song. I love that song. That's when we thought it was going to be good, because that video was right after the accident, I think. And I'm just like, and then here we are. We're still waiting for them to get together. But yeah, I mean, Sweet Magnolias, there's just so many things. I love Helen. I love her. She's probably one of my favorites. Coach is very easy on the eyes. He's a very good looking man. Um, See, I'm blanking on names. I hate doing this. I'm so bad with names. Maddie's ex is the worst, and I do not like, what's her name? Jamie Lynn Spears' character. Oh, I do not like her. I thought like, oh, I thought they were kind of writing her out of the show because I was like, okay, like, I mean, yeah, she could be there for Kyle, or I just felt like I don't really care about her redemption arc. Like, I just don't care. Like, you knew the man was married. I'm not blaming it. It's both their faults, but it's just like, ugh, because he's a piece of crap, and she just tried so hard, like her trying to show up and act friendly with the family. I'm like, girl, no. You literally caused a rift in this marriage. I'm sure, she wasn't the only reason they got divorced, but I'm like, she is a big reason why. And so her story arc is just kind of like, ugh, I'm not interested in that at all. And then what else? The whole thing, what's his name? Isaac saying he could be Dana Sue's son. I don't think that's true. That feels really weird. Oh, hi. Current topic is, I don't know if you've watched Sweet Magnolias. We're trying to theorize all the stuff. I just recently rewatched it again. So we're talking like the crazy cliffhanger, just anything about the show. Like what your thoughts are, what you think is going to happen. Yeah, that was really cringe. Yeah, it's like she made me so uncomfortable. I was like, girl, I mean, I get it because you're having his child and you're trying, but try with him. And then when you're in a good spot there, maybe down the line, you slowly do things. But she was trying to rush it. I think she wanted her perfect family in her mind, right? And it just felt like, no, let's not. I have no connection to either of them. I think that's why. I do think, what's his name, you guys? I'm so bad with character names. What's the Maddie's ex's name? I do think him like trying with his kids was really nice. I'm not saying I like him by any means, but him getting Hamilton tickets for Kyle and him spending time with the daughter. I think he has a possibility of becoming, I wouldn't say like a fave character, but some sort of redemption arc. But Jamie Lynn Spears' character, I really need to study this. I've watched it twice. I'm just blanking. I just don't care. I think it's like a Desi situation from MacGyver. I'm like, I just don't care. It's like I don't hate it. I just don't have any feelings about it. What else? What else is there? Dana Sue with her ex coming back and Annie, wanting her dad around. I think that's an interesting storyline. Is like Annie is not seeing the full picture as like, I think he cheated, right? I think that's why they ended their relationship. Dana Sue and, Annie's dad. But she's just like, you drove him away. You did this. Annie saying to Dana Sue. And I'm like, I don't think clearly she's very young minded, right? I mean, she's a sophomore, I think, in high school. So she just doesn't understand. So I think, building the relationship between Annie and Dana Sue would be really great too. I'd like to see that. I don't know about you guys, but Cece pisses me off because, she's like the nasty mean girl. Like, she's very vindictive. But I hate that they're trying to give, like, again, they're trying to give these people redemption arcs. Like, she's like, well, she's got a really bad home life. I'm like, that doesn't excuse why she's treating, bullying Annie the way she is and just being such a, shitty person. Oh, sorry. I just saw it, but no, I haven't watched it yet. Sorry. Spoilers, so if you don't mind. If not, you can definitely hop off, go watch it, and come back because I save these on my channel. But the show is great. I actually might put it on again today. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, I kind of want to rewatch it again because it's one of those things. It's an easy watch. It's only 10 episodes. You get hooked really fast. Like I was saying before, I think at the end of episode 2, early episode 3, you're kind of like, okay, I kind of get who these characters are and I want to know what's going on. And then just every episode gets better and better. But what else? I think that's going to be a big thing is the relationship between Dana Sue and Annie. And okay, let's talk about Ty and Annie because I think that's what we've all been waiting to talk about. I think I'm just a sucker for friends to lovers tropes. Um oh, wait, pause. I'll come back. I think I'm always triggered by Cece because of Pretty Little Liars. Huh, who I hated. Was she in it or just like because she was a character or something? I have never watched Pretty Little Liars. Um but she's just the quintessential mean girl. Like but the thing is, like, I'm down for like a character if they're mean in a show and you get a full fleshed out reason why, and then they have a true redemption arc. I'm like, great, right? But then I mean, I also have to give it credit, it's only been one season, so maybe there is more that we just don't know. But she's just mean for the sake of being mean, and they try to say like, oh, she's got a tough dad, and a kind of crappy home life. I'm like, okay, but that, I'm saying that could cause some issues, but that doesn't mean you have to treat people like you do. And then this brings me back to Ty, because this little dummy, it's like he thinks, oh, you know what? To solve this Annie problem, I'm going to date this girl. Um, you know, I'm going to date this girl to take the attention away. I'm like, nah. That's going to end badly. Oh my gosh, my accent just came out there. End badly because he's gonna have two girls pissed off. So I think if I had to guess, or like, let's summarize really quickly what happened with Ty and Annie first, and then I'm gonna give you my guesses of what's gonna happen next season. So we start off, clearly they're friends, and Annie is giving a little extra glances, so it's very clear that Annie has a little crush on Ty. And I bet you Ty, or actually it's pretty confirmed, but anyway, so yeah, she has a crush on Ty. And then we get to the episode where there's the party. She gets very intoxicated. She kisses Ty. He's like, what? Like, what just happened? And then, then I think that speech, I think is it the end of that episode or the episode after that, where Maddie was like, you can't control your feelings, like you can't control who you like have feelings for. And you can just see the look on Ty's face, kind of like, yeah. But then I just remember before this even happened, we were kind of hinted at Ty maybe having some sort of feelings for Annie, because Annie texted him about, parents being annoying or something. And she sent a cute like gif of a kitten, and the look on Ty's face, when he was kind of like, or what Ty's friend was like, who are you texting? And he's like, nobody, like clearly like, okay. So I think he might have had like, oh, I'm starting to notice her, but I'm not sure, not as big of a crush as Annie has on him. But anyway, so then they kiss, like quoting MacGyver, it's like, always thought it was a wall, now it seems like a door that's kind of peeking open. And then, Annie, this one hurts, when she left the horrible voicemail, like being overly or sharing a lot of information. And then I think I understand Ty wanting to talk to his friend about it, because you want to talk about it, but the fact that he tried pushing Annie away when she was just trying to talk to him about like what was going on, and the fact that he shared it in a high school hallway knowing anybody could hear it, I just think that was so stupid. Then of course Jackson comes up and is hey, I'm gonna steal your phone and I'm gonna send it to the entire school. Like, and then I understand why Annie was pissed. I would be pissed too. I'm like, why didn't you just come talk to me? Like, why did you have to talk behind my back? And then Ty saying, I need to talk to someone. And he's like, you could have talked to me. I've literally been trying to talk to you about this forever. I think then, Annie being upset with him, rightfully so, and she's kind of dealing with her feelings. Then that's where Ty, in his dumb teenage boy mind, was like, you know what? I think dating Cece would really help this situation. I think it would take the spotlight off Annie and save her from the bullying. No, it's so stupid. And then Annie catches wind of this and obviously thinks Ty is like, thinks nothing of her. And then, what happens next? Oh, and then, they're kind of becoming like, I wouldn't say friends again. They're just kind of like neutral with each other. Like, hey, I acknowledge you. But it's very clear that something is going on. Like, I really think it's like this kiss opened, or ignited something for both of them. And then we get to the prom and the glances while they're dancing. I'm like, holy crap, you clearly like each other. And then the accident. So that's a summary of like where we are. What I think is going to happen is, I guess it could go a couple ways. If it's Ty in the car with Kyle and no Annie, and he like hurts his arm with baseball, I can see him going through like the first half of the season just being super upset and trying to figure out like, who am I outside of baseball? Like, who am I as a person? Because you think about it, his whole identity is really about being a pitcher and wanting to, go major. And I could see Annie being there for him, right? Like as a supportive friend, and then Cece trying to be there too, but it's just not the same. Like, i.e., Mac with Riley and Desi trying to be there, and it's just not working. I could see that happening, and then them growing closer, and I could see them having like a moment at the end of the next season, but I don't think they'll get together until season 3. That's my guess. Or if it's Annie in the car, I think, she gets injured, she's in the hospital for a little bit, and that kind of like, hence like what happened in the book, Ty visits her, and then they grow closer again. I'm guessing have a moment, and then next season. So I think it's going to be a season of them growing closer together. The part that I have no clue, and I would love to hear what you guys think, is what would happen with Cece and Jackson, because I know there's some behind the scenes video. I think they're just filming episode 2 of 10, so they're just getting started. But Cece was there in her cheerleader uniform, and Jackson was there, and then Ty and Annie and Ty's friend were there, and I think Coach Maddie, Helen were there. So I'm just like, I think it looked like it was a game or something baseball related. So I'm guessing like maybe a pep rally would be my guess, or something like that. But I'm like, I just can't figure out what would happen between like Cece and Jackson. I don't care about Jackson. I think they're going to try another redemption arc. I'm like, it doesn't have to be redempted. He can just be an asshole. Like, excuse me, but he just can be a jerk. Yeah, that was horrible. My heart sunk during their fight. That fight was heated. Like, I think that was the best acting from the both of them, because it was like, it was raw. Like, that was way better. Because I'm not going to lie. Ty and Annie's acting, like the younger kids on the show, it's not the best, but it's good. It's good for, what the show is. But I think they're coming into their characters. I expect it to be a lot better this next season. But that fight, holy crap, that had me on edge and so emotional. Like, because I felt for Annie, like what she was going through. I was like, that was just tough to watch. And then for him to like discount her and, basically be like, I don't want to talk. Like, I had to talk to someone about it, and he's like, talk to me. It's such a good scene. I think that's one of the best scenes between them. I think it would be good for him to explore himself outside of baseball, to really realize that he's more than that. Then he gets better, sort of thing, story-wise, makes sense to me. That's what I agree. I really think it's going to be Ty. As much as we want it to be Annie in the car, I really think it's going to be Ty and Kyle, which that sucks for Maddie, because that's 2 of her kids, like, in a car accident. And so I agree. I think from like a story perspective, number 1, Ty does make sense. I didn't want to admit it, but now that I'm thinking about it, it does. And then I think Annie would make, like, they're the 2 that I think would make the most sense. Because you think about it, all of season 1, everything about Ty is somehow, or most of it, is somehow brought back to baseball. And I'm like, that just sucks. Like, and I think he probably needs to know like who he is outside, and like how, like Maddie said, you need a backup. Like, that can't be your whole plan in life, and I think it'd be really great, because I think he probably doesn't even know, right? He's probably, been told you're the best, growing up, and he put all of his energy into that. I'm like, what if, like, you think, spoiler alert, guys, for the books, I mean, we're already talking spoilers, so this is spoiler talk, but the books, which I hate, if you've read far enough when it gets into the Ty and Annie's relationship, so he becomes pro, and he cheats on Annie with a bunch of girls. Like, while he's on the road, he just sleeps with them, and he's like, oh, it's what all the players do. And Annie's like, excuse me. And then he gets a girl pregnant, and then has a son, And it just feels like that's so out of the character from the Ty we see now. So I don't know if they're, I hope they don't do that. I'm like, please don't do that. Like, because then the worst part is, I mean, that's not even the worst part. All that happens, and then they get back together like nothing happened. I mean, it takes a while for them to get back together, but I'm like, Annie, you deserve so much better than that. So I hope they don't go down the cheating route. But we do know he does go pro. So I think you're right. I think it makes them, I'm like 80 I'd say 70% sure it's Ty, and then 30% Annie. I do not think it's Nellie, Cece, or Jackson. I could be wrong, but I think from like a story perspective, him injuring his arm, you know, because he's a pitcher, so yikes. And then him having to go through rehab and that being tough, and him having to figure out who he is as a person and really understand, you know, like, is this what he wants to do? Like, or because that also could be, think about it, if he's injured, that could you know, reiterate this is his true passion. Like, baseball is his passion, and push him harder, you know, to doing better. So I really think from a story perspective that makes sense. The only part that has me a little confused is that note. I think, you know, the actor who plays Maddie said there's something that happens, and it seems to be very early on in the seasons, that puts a rift between Dana Sue and Maddie. And to me, I'm like, oh, if Annie's in the car, that'd be a perfect example to put a rift, because, you know, it's like, I mean, Annie made the choice to get in the car. She's probably doing it to protect Kyle, right? To talk him out of driving the car. But then I could see Dana Sue's perspective, like, how could you let this happen? Like, how could this, you know, you let your kid, you know, endanger my kid? I just can't think of what could else could probably or possibly put them in riff. Like, I can't think of anything else. It's so heartbreaking. I hope they don't do it. Yeah, they better not do the Ty cheating thing. If it was, it's such a hard thing to read. And then we know they, you know, they end up happy after that. But it's like, please don't do that. Like, give him something else. Like, maybe he has the temptations of cheating, meaning like, I don't ever see, like, say it gets to that point, you know? But I don't ever see him personally cheating, but I could see him feeling pressure to, like, not wanting to, but feeling pressure from his teammates, like, dude, you got to do this. And then him questioning, like what am I doing? Like, is this what I want? And things like that. I could see that working, but him actually cheating and having a child that way. But then again, that's such an important part in the book. So I'm like, I mean, hey, that's what, book 5 or something. So there's a ways away, because I really want to see Ty and Annie in their like high school years, you know, like dating. I think that's gonna be so cute. So that's first, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But I think this is one of those shows, like, if it's, you know, it was in the top 10 for the year, at least, like, of 2020, without barely any promotion. So I think now, knowing how popular it is, and it's going to be hopefully rightfully promoted this time, I think it's going to do a lot better. And it's going to, you know, get new fans. But anyway, I know that's a lot, but it's like, I love the show. I actually think, now that we're talking about it, guys, I think I have to go back and rewatch it. Because if you need something where it's a quick watch, you want new characters to love, like, Marco, I don't know if you're still on here. If you need something to take your mind off of the MacGyver situation, this might be the perfect thing, because it's not all the action, so it won't remind you of that. It's a great feel-good show, and I think I love it. So I think you know, I'm feeling a little down too, just a little bit, for the whole MacGyver thing. So this might be a great opportunity for me to, you know, get my mind off of that. So I think that might be my plan today. But yeah, anyone else have any theories or any other shows? Maybe I'll open it up, so you guys kind of get an idea of like the shows I really like. Like, let me list some. So, obviously, Sweet Magnolias, MacGyver, the Chicago shows. I really like, what am I watching now? Parks and Rec is my all-time favorite show. I love Scrubs, Psych, Chuck. I did love Walking Dead. I'm a little behind, like Game of Thrones. I like those type of shows as well. So there's any recommendations, I know I was talking about it last night. I'm starting Bones. It's a little slow for me, but I heard that that's how it is until you get to like season 3, I think someone told me, and I'm like just starting season 2. So I'm very, very early on in that, but I'm watching that just one, like, one off. Um, what else? I was watching like NCIS and Criminal Minds, like things like that. So I do like, if that gives you guys an idea of like what kind of shows I like to watch. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. Because if not, maybe it's a good place. I mean, hey, think about it, guys. I know MacGyver. It was a like almost emotional whiplash last night. Keep saying it as series finale, but think about what Levi and Ian said. For now, I think even Justin said it too. So like, keep fighting. We've only been at it for a couple weeks. I know it seems a little discouraging, but we can do this. Just keep fighting. Keep fighting. Just don't back down. And then for Brettsey, guys, hang on. We're so close. I really think they're going to happen the next couple episodes. If not, Derek Haas is going to hear some words. And then Sweet Magnolias, I highly recommend. I wouldn't go in, like, if you like Virgin River, you're going to like this. If you guys haven't seen the show, if you liked Virgin River or like When Calls the Heart, Heartland, anything like that, you're going to like this show. You should watch All American. Yeah, I know, because Cassie and I talk about Sweet Magnolias all the time, and she's always posting about All American, and so it's on my list. I have that. It is on my list for sure. Actually, I'm going to grab my phone, and I can read you guys like the things I have on my... Ooh! Drop my microphone. Hello, sorry. I'm going to read you guys what I have on my must-watch list. One sec. Okay, let me find this. So, because I always write down shows where I'm like, oh, I can, maybe I should watch that. Shows to watch. Okay, I tried watching, I don't know if you guys have heard of Big Sky. I did not like that. Taking that off here. I have X-Files I watch every once in a while. That's fun. I think I talked about it last night. I'm a big sucker for like 90s and 80s TV shows, or even early 2000s, so older shows too. Rewatching Desperate Housewives. That was one of my favorite shows in middle school, so that's just like I used to watch it with my mom. I have Leverage on here. Prodigal Son, I watched season 1. I want to finish that. I rewatched Stranger Things. I had that on here. That is such a good show. I love Stranger Things. Season 1 is amazing. Season 2 was meh. Season 3 was, again, amazing. I used to hate, if you've ever watched Stranger Things, I used to hate Steve Harrington. Hated him. And now I love him. So, it's great. Once Upon a Time, that's a guilty pleasure of mine, too. I loved it in high school, so it's one of those things, like, if I ever need a show, like a pick-me-up, I watch that. And then I have Peaky Blinders on here. That's another amazing show. I'm seasons behind, but I used to love it. Shadow and Bone is okay. Yeah, I have that in my, what do you call it? My list on Netflix. I just haven't watched it yet. Because I always like, when shows like that come out that are hyped up so much, like when Bridgerton came out, I waited a little bit before I watched it because I don't like to watch when that's what everyone's talking about online. So I'm not like spoiled or so I can make up my own mind with how I feel about things. So that's another one that's on my list to watch. I think it's finally starting to like quiet down a little bit, but that was everywhere on, all the fan videos in my subscription box or my Twitter feed was all Shadow and Bone. And I'm an avid reader too. I don't know if I ever talked about that. I read a lot. And that book series I've never read, which is weird because like usually when things come out, I've already read it. Like, I don't know if any of you guys are readers, but I'll grab you the 4 books that are next in my reading list. Just in case you're curious to understand like what my reading style is. Oh, what about Lucifer? I loved season 1 or 2, I think, and I stopped watching. I'm really bad. It's like if I just, hiatuses are the worst for me because then I try other shows and then I get hooked on those and then I forget to go back. So basically, long story short, I just need to go back and rewatch Lucifer, but I do really like it. So for the books that I have, what I'm currently reading right now is called The House and the, is it Cerulean Sea? Cerulean Sea? This one, I'm just started it, already really liking it. Then I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I heard is amazing. Then I have Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. And I also have Where the Crawdads Sing. So those are just 4. I have a lot of new books that I bought because in quarantine, that's how I've been treating myself. But anyway, so long story short, I'm an avid reader. And I usually try to read the books before it comes out, except Bridgerton. I will not do that. I'm shocked I never read Shadow and Bone. So, but I think I'm going to go into it blind, so I really don't know anything about it. Ooh, sorry. Any other show suggestions or Sweet Magnolia theories or anything like that? But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming by. It's always fun, and I'm sorry it's been so long since my last TV talk, but like I think the last time I posted, it was like my grandpa literally died from COVID 2 days before. And then I literally started my new job, working crazy hours, and then found out I'm moving, planning the move, and just, vaccinations and all this, like so many things happening. So I'm glad to be back. I hope to do this not every week, but maybe every couple weeks, which would be great. So maybe I'll do one right when I get back. So that'll be about a month because I have to basically back up my computer in the next week, so I won't have it anymore. But as soon as I get settled, guys, I'll be back. I'll be back. At any of the Agatha Christie books are Chef Kiss. Oh, good. This is the first one of hers I'm gonna read, so I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I knew about this one, one, I heard it's a lot of people's favorite out of hers. And 2, if you don't know me, I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. Well, I wouldn't say fan, but like I've become a very big Johnny Depp fan recently. My mom's always loved him. But with the whole case against him and I'm not even gonna say her name on here. As me being a survivor of abuse and doing my research on the case, it's like I just found out like what an amazing human he is and what a trash person she is. And so like learning more about him, I went back and started watching his movies, and I the only one I haven't seen, I know he's in Murder on the Orient Express. I haven't seen it, but that's kind of what, like, I was like, oh, I saw the trailer and it made me think, oh, maybe I would really like that. So I picked up that book. So if you're ever interested in something, check out that case. She's crazy. And she's a disgrace for survivors. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but I'm excited. So that one I have, and then I know I have like the 7 husbands of, what's her name? Of something. I can't remember. That one with my friends all don't, were like, you need to read it. So I have that one. I have so many books and I have so many boxes of all my books. I was like, I feel bad for the movers because these boxes are heavy. I have like all of my, because I also collect records on my, whenever I have free time. And so those boxes are heavy. And so I'm like, sorry in advance. It's going to be a very heavy moving process. All my boxes are just filled. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but this was really fun, guys. I think I needed to do this. This was a great pick me up. I hope it helped you guys too, especially those MacGyver fans. Hang in there. I know it's tough. We can do it. Just keep pushing, keep being active online, keep using that hashtag, spread the word in any fandoms you can find to start, sign that petition. We just need to make noise. We have to keep being loud. And I think it was, it's really great to see that the numbers were strong again last night too. So we know this cancellation was not about, viewership. Oh, Evelyn Hugo. Thank you. Yes, that I have that list. I have that on my list too. I wish I have a whole bunch of them that I want to read. It's like I think Midnight Library is another one. My friend sent me. Um. Oh, and I put it away. It's like there's another one too, and I can't remember. Dang it. But those are the ones. I think I'm gonna start with. I was doing the House in the Cerulean Sea, but I kind of want to read Where the Crawdads Sit. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm having a stroke. Where the Crawdads Sing. Because when I got this at Barnes and Noble, the girl checking me out was like, "Have you read this?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "It's amazing." She's like, she couldn't put it down, and this is the one she recommends to people. So part of me is like, okay, I really want to read this now. So I might switch it up and start that one. But yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I'll leave it up to you before we sign off. But don't worry, I'll be back. Maybe next weekend I might be able to, because I think by then we'll have a new Brettsey episode. So we could I'm sure there's probably a lot. Oh, and I don't know if it'll be Brettsey centered. I think it's more Stella centered. I think the episode after next week is going to be big, which then by that point I'll be packed up and I don't have my computer anymore. So never mind. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. Any questions, MacGyver, Bretzy, or Sweet Magnolias / Tynnie related. But I'll get off my soapbox in a second. But please go watch Sweet Magnolias. I need more people to talk about it with and theorize with, because I can do that all day. I do have a group actually on Tumblr. I never use Tumblr anymore. I switched to Twitter more, but there's a group on Tumblr. I think, what's it called? I'm trying to find my phone. It's a group chat, and it's all we talk. It's just about Tynnie. We talk about, all things Sweet Magnolias, but it's really great. There's a good group of people in there. So if you are interested and want to chat about it, it's called Ty and Annie Stands. Oh, I already see people are talking about spoilers that just came out, so I'm gonna be doing that this afternoon. I follow you on Twitter so we can talk more about. Yay! Oh, good. Let me look. Let me see. Sorry, I have a lot of notifications only because I was posting about like last night, and so people were like freaking out. Awesome. Well, DM me or something if you want. Because I have so many. This sounds like I'm not like I have so many notifications. I'm like, no, I literally just can't like see like anything. But yeah, definitely DM me if you guys ever want to talk about Sweet Magnolias, Bretzy, or Macriley. You know where to find me. I'm on Twitter. YouTube. I post my videos here, but I'm not as active. And then Tumblr, I am a little bit. But I would say Twitter is where I'm most active. So definitely reach out. I really I like how you call it Sweet Mags. I'm not gonna steal that. So I think your girl is gonna go watch Sweet Mags this afternoon because it just brings me joy. And it's one of those shows that like I don't have to think a lot about. It makes me happy, and I'm gonna go treat myself. I'm really thinking about some pad thai, or some sushi or something. Sorry, you can tell I'm hungry. It's like almost lunchtime. It's almost lunchtime here. Oh, okay. Your picture is of Sylvie. Let me. When did you follow me? Sorry, I'm just going back all the way through my stuff. Oh my gosh, these notifications. Oh boy. You can just tell we were all freaking out last night. That's basically why I cannot find anything. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me go to my profile. Who do we got? Oh, there you are. I see you. Hi. Oh yeah, so let me know if you ever want to talk anything, Sweet Magnolias, whatever. Here, let me follow you back. Hi. But gosh, we have so many good things. We have literally so many good things for Brettsey. Like, oh, I love Sylvie Brett so much. I literally can't wait for her and Matt to finally. I literally can't wait to hear what that speech is going to be, because basically we know Matt Casey needs to fight for her, but I can't wait. My guess is the scene where like those pictures were taken where they were talking outside of Molly's. I bet he does this huge speech, like something like she leaves and he's like, hey, like, I want you to know I'm really thankful you were there for me or something. And then, saying like, I've been really thinking about it and it's just, I care. I don't know. I could see him like dropping a bomb because like you saw the look on her face. It's like, oh, he said something juicy. And so I'm like, oh God. And I think she's going to like overthink about it. And then, the finale, they're going to have like some grand gesture and they're going to get together. So then that means all next season it's going to be goodness of Brett and Casey, because I think they're each other's it couple. Like, they're their end game. My Tumblr is dedicated to Bretzy. Oh, got it. Sweet. Good to know. It's going to be so good. I might cry. Oh my God, yeah. And I think I feel bad because I'm not gonna lie, I have not watched the last couple Chicago Fire episodes. I need to go back. That's also on my list. I should probably do that first, but it's just the whole Granger thing. I was just like, oh my God, they keep adding another obstacle in between these two. And it's starting to get a little frustrating where I was like, I'm just getting tired of it. So, yeah, anyway, but, yeah, well, I think this is really great, guys. Thank you so much for feeding my addiction to theorizing and gushing over fictional couples and shows. It's my happy place, and I'm going through a lot of crazy stuff in my life, and you guys bring a lot of joy. So I really appreciate you guys being here with me. I'm sure, like, make sure, to subscribe or follow me on Twitter and stuff, because I usually I'll post like when I do my next one. My goal is like maybe the first week of June. I know that seems like far away, but I literally move into my new apartment the last week of May. So I figured giving myself a week to like get set up and ready, and then, I can get back to editing and live streams and things like that. And I'm sure by then we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about, at least for Brettsey. And I'm hoping also for Sweet Magnolias, because by then I'm guessing, they'll be pretty close or, close to being done filming, or at least like 2/3 the way through. So I'm sure we'll have more behind the scenes stuff to talk about. But thank you so much for indulging me with this. This was so fun. I really appreciate it. And, yeah. All right. I'm going to leave it open to you guys for like another minute. Is there any last minute things you want to say or talk about? I'm really bad at like closing out these things because I just want to keep going. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about? If not, definitely reach out to me on Twitter. I'm probably going to be more active today than usual just because it's the only day I have time to actually be active. Of course, fictional characters are an escape, and it's a lovely way to find other people with the same interests. Yes, I've made so many good friends, with Brettsey because Brettsey, I've been shipping Macriley for years, but not as much as I have in like the last year. But Brettsey was like the first one I got really involved in like the online community, and it was so fun. Like I met so many people, and then I also did then Macriley about the same time, and I just met so many people that I really consider friends, and it's nice because then you have someone to geek out with because my family is like, huh? Like, I don't get it. My sister actually used to be a vidder too, so she gets it. But like, the rest of my friends or family, they're like, it's just TV. I'm like, okay, it's my happy escape, TV and movies and books and anything outside of the real world. So I'm glad you guys enjoy too. It's not just me. But thank you so much. Like I said, I'll be live on Twitter probably for the good chunk of the rest of the day. My plans are literally to watch a show, eat some lunch, hang out because it's super nice out today, and then pack tonight. Not really fun, but I have to go to my storage unit and declutter and do all that fun moving stuff. And then I'll be back maybe next weekend. I can be nope, I'm packing all next weekend. Never mind. But I appreciate you guys taking the time. I really appreciate it. This was super fun, and it's great to talk through all this stuff. So Anyway, well, thank you guys so much. Again, I'll be on Twitter the rest of the day if you want to keep talking about stuff. You know where to find me, or it's if you need to know where to find me. My Twitter handle is TTWENDSX3. It's basically my YouTube handle, just condensed, so till the world ends X3. And so, I always have people ask, what does that mean? I think what happened is I honestly already forgot what my first YouTube channel name was. It got taken down for copyright because back in the day they copyrighted everything. And then I created a new one, and at the time the top song was Britney Spears's "Till the World Ends," and like the popular thing to do was add an X3 because it's like a heart on the end. So that there's absolutely no emotional meaning to my account name, none at all. So just in case you were ever wondering, that's what it is. But yeah, so definitely check me out there. On Tumblr, it's Till the World Ends X3, like the full name. And then same on YouTube. But and if you ever have any ideas for fan videos, don't be shy. Let me know. I might, I can't confirm I'll do them, but I always am taking song suggestions, especially because that's where your girl struggles, is finding a song. But yeah, all right. Well, thank you, everybody. This was super fun. I will see you. It's probably in the next talk in the next, month. Britney Spears. Yeah. Did I say something else? Till the World Ends by Britney Spears. Did I not say Britney Spears? Oh my God. That's who I meant. I don't know who I said, but yeah. Literally, that's what it's after. I think it was like or at least the time I did or created this channel. That song was like in the top 5 on, the greatest hits or, of the now trending songs or whatever. I just aged myself. So I've been on YouTube for a long time. And it's really fun because I just got like 6,000 subscribers, I think, which is still bonkers to me. And the fact that some of my videos, I don't know how, but they'll get like crazy views. Like I have some, like a Tiny Annie video has 100 and some thousand. A couple Mac and Riley videos that have over 100,000. I'm like, that's 100,000 views on a video. I still don't understand. I'm not good, guys. I just enjoy it. It's anyway. Okay. Oh, okay. The chat just might not be. Oh, yeah. No, you did. I just guessed before you said it. Oh, I just think the chat isn't like synced with my voice. That's why. Sorry. I'm making a mess of myself. I think that's a cue for me to leave. So sorry, guys. This was super fun. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr. Hit me up. And I will talk to you guys super soon. I'm off to go watch Sweet Magnolias now and stuff my face with some pad thai. So hit me up if you want. Bye, guys. This was fun. Thank you. Bye.